On the internet, one of the most frequently asked questions about kayak fishing is how to mount a fish finder and a transducer. On this particular boat, this dash area up here was created to mount your fish finder up here. A lot of people do that. I like to mount it back here on this hatch cover. That way I can reach it to operate it better and I can see it better. There's probably 100 threads on the Georgia Kayak Fishing website talking about how to do this and how to mount it, and everybody seems to have a different idea. Almost all of them will work. It's just a personal preference thing. Let's talk about the transducer a minute. Some boats are designed for a through-hull transducer and have a space for them to mount in the hull. A lot of guys use the standard skimmer type and mount it inside the hull, and I'll show you in just a second how I do that. But first I'll show you the way that I do it sometimes when I'm just building a boat to fish on the lake. I come back here to the back and I put a bracket where the rudder would mount, an aluminum strip that goes here and bends forward so it'd be out of the way of the rudder. And then I mount the transducer just above the bottom so that the bottom hits something the transducer doesn't hit. That way the temperature gauge works, the sensor works immediately so you can detect temperature changes. But one way to do it and mount it inside the hull is you take a piece of foam. This is a pool noodle you get at Walmart. You set the transducer down on top of it like that, and you trace around the outside of the transducer with a magic marker. Then you cut out where you traced to the inside of the line because you want it snug on the transducer. A serrated knife blade really works well for this, but I forgot mine. Be careful you don't cut your finger off. You pop the core out. You glue on the bottom of this, and I use a product called Lexcel, and I'm sorry I didn't bring any with me today. I forgot it. You put the Lexcel on the bottom of your cutout. You go up here inside the front hatch, and you find a nice flat spot in the center of the boat, and you take this and you glue it in the boat like that. Once the glue sets on that, the Lexcel sets, then you come back, fill this hole about half full of Lexcel, take your transducer, insert it down into the Lexcel, but don't go all the way to the floor. It wants to float on the Lexcel. Then you go back and fill above it with Lexcel. Then you let it set up for a couple of days, and then it's good to go. It'll be there forever. Then all you have to do is run your power lines and your transducer line up to your head unit. This boat is built with a shelf unit in it for your battery, and it goes up here on the shelf, and you just hook your power lines to that, and your transducer wires go from the transducer through a hole in the bottom of this up to your unit. It's very simple. It's not complicated. A lot of times it's overcomplicated on the internet. Okay, I'm Stan Laughlin with Captain Dick Enterprises. I'd like to thank the guys at Living Outdoors for allowing me the time to show you how to rig these boats. If you have any questions, you need any supplies or anything, you can visit my website, www.captaindick.net, and just place your order. Give me a call if you need anything. The phone number's on the website. Thank you very much.